Hey guys, it's Lekr0 from NIP. I'm gonna teach you 5 tips on CT side Vertigo. The first most important thing on the CT side is that you have to stop the rushes from the terrorists. I think they have really good spawns to both bomb sites, and I think CTs have a huge advantage in stopping them because the choke points are so small. So for example on B, they can only get up the stairs if they're supposed to rush here, and CTs have both the chance to boost here early if you stop them here, because they can only come from this door, and this door is very easy to hold. A second thing that's really good for the CTs is there are a lot of positions that you can place yourself behind. You can have a lot of boosts for superior positioning, and there are just a lot of angles for the Ts to clear, so you have a lot of advantage in just holding things as CT. So as long as you stop the rushes, the angles are in the CT's favor, I think. I think as a third thing you should think about as CT is not being afraid to use your nades early, both to stop the rushes, and if you stop them for long enough, it's going to be really tough for the Ts to get into the bomb sites. So if you stop the Ts early, you're going to easily have superior angles, but you can always get the number advantage early game, I think. As long as you have 30 or 40 seconds before they enter the bomb sites, I think you can stop them really easy. So you don't have to think about playing really smart. If you have one smoke to block this door later in the round, there's not a lot they can do on B, because you're gonna have all the area covered with just one smoke here. And for example on this side, there's just one smoke here as well. So yeah, as long as you save a smoke or something for later on in the round, it's going to be really easy to hold, I think. A fourth thing I like to point out on the CT side is the A bomb site. You're probably not going to be able to smoke this off with just one smoke, so I think playing retake on A is probably going to be quite easy, because the Ts are not going to get probably further than this after they get this control with plants. They're probably going to try to smoke this off, maybe molly that, and just plant safe. So I think Ts are probably going to get the plant without you stopping them. But CTs have a lot of moves to get a kill or two just before the retake. So I think if CTs just play on 1 or 2 picks, for example boost here, just have this good position, or boost here, I think as long as you're 4v5 or something like that in a retake, it's going to be really easy. So I think you should focus on retaking, and Ts are probably only going to be here or here. So I don't think it's going to be really easy for them to hold this off when you're defusing. And that's the last thing I would like to point out is the mid area. I think this is going to be a lot of fights going on in here. For example, CTs can boost here. If you're not rushing B, they're gonna boost here and have a really good entry position to just take a frag and fall off if they're holding here. So I think Ts have to be aware that there are a lot of entry moves CTs can do and be ready for a lot of things. But when you're holding the terrorists, I think you should always try to get picks and play defensively after, because you have a lot of angles. You don't have to force yourself in dumb positions. So as long as you play for kills, it's gonna be good. So what I would recommend is not just purely fighting for the mid area, but trying to get picks as much as you can. I think this is a pretty good off map if you only play for frags in the early game. Sure, it's not that good if you play the sites, but you don't want to do that. You want to play like for entries and stuff like that. Also, this is probably going to be quite hard to hold, so you're probably going to have to give it up eventually, but as long as you play for some picks early round, it's going to be fine. Because the Ts can always throw like one smoke here and then prepare to take this area. So you have to be aware that once they get the full map, they're probably gonna split, but that's why you have to reduce their numbers by 1 or 2 before the late round happens. A small thing you have to notice is also this little hole here, that you can throw molotovs or smokes to stop the T's early round. So if you want to take this area hard, you can probably boost here early, block this angle, and have someone throw a molly or a smoke through the window, and then you can take the whole control, and then it's only one choke point to hold, and I think that's very strong. I think there are a lot of strong op positions if the terrorists are playing a lot of contact and explosive plays. For example, this angle is really good with the op, but if you play against a strategical team, they're probably gonna smoke you off, but depending on what team you play against, I think this position could be really strong with op. I hope you found my 5 tips helpful, and if you want to have future tips or stuff like that, I suggest you subscribe to the channel.